Let's rewind the clock to 2011. A strange new thing called Bitcoin was lurking on the fringes of the internet. Most people had never heard of it, and those who had probably dismissed it as some weird, nerdy experiment. A single Bitcoin was worth maybe $1, sometimes less. But for a small group of people, 2011 was a year that would either make them or break them, all because of this odd little thing called Bitcoin. He was writing a thesis on and stumbled upon Bitcoin. He thought, hey, this is cool. Back then, getting your hands on Bitcoin was a real pain, and figuring out how to store it was even worse. So, Christopher bought his coins, kind of forgot about them, and got on with his life. Fast forward to 2013. The news is buzzing about Bitcoin's price suddenly shooting up. A light bulb goes off up his forgotten digital treasure. It was one of the first real-world examples of how this digital token was starting to change lives. But not every early Bitcoin story has a fairy tale ending. Meet Jared Kenna, a former U.S. Marine and entrepreneur. He got into Bitcoin when it was worth just pennies. But his success story hit a major snag. In 2016, hackers targeted him. They took over his phone and email, and just like that, a huge chunk of his crypto fortune vanished. His story was a harsh wake-up call for everyone in the community. Back in 2009, he used his personal laptop to mine 8,000 Bitcoins. This was when mining was something you could do at home without a supercomputer. The hard drive, the one piece that held the keys to his 8,000 Bitcoins, ended up. He's been trying to get permission to excavate the landfill ever since. A monumental and incredibly expensive task. His story became the ultimate cautionary tale in the digital world and dollar mistake. If Stephen Thomas, he wrote the password down on a piece of paper, which he promptly lost. The Iron Key is designed for ultimate security. You get 10 password guesses, and that's it. After the 10th wrong guess, the drive encrypts its contents forever, making them permanently inaccessible. At 8 different passwords, he has 2 guesses left, where a single moment of forgetfulness could mean the difference between immense wealth and irreversible loss. It's easy to look back at these stories and think, how could they be so careless? But we have to remember what 2011 was actually like. Bitcoin was not a respected asset. You had to navigate sketchy, unregulated exchanges and go through bizarre processes that would scare off anyone but the most dedicated tech nerds. And storing it? There were no fancy hardware wallets or user much on your own. This new wealth gave them the freedom to quit their jobs. They famously used their Bitcoin holdings to build empire, including their exchange. But this sudden, massive wealth wasn't all sunshine and roses. It came with its own unique brand of stress. Imagine waking up every day knowing you have millions of dollars sitting on a hard drive, a target for every hacker on the planet. The world was full of scams and regulations were constantly shifting. They adopted a philosophy that became a legendary meme in the crypto world. HODL, hold on for dear life. The ones who had the conviction or maybe just the stubbornness to ride out Bitcoin's insane price swings and believe in its long-term future. The different paths these early investors took really shaped how the world sees cryptocurrency today. The stories of people like Christopher Koch, the accidental millionaire, James Howells, the man with a fortune in a landfill, and Stephen Thomas, the man with 2 password guesses left. They paint a vivid. The people who made the most were often the ones who just held on, ignoring the noise and the skepticism. Second, it's a powerful lesson in risk management. Securing your assets is everything, a principle that's more important than ever as crypto becomes more mainstream. And finally, these stories remind us just how unpredictable innovation. It was an experiment born from brilliant cryptography and a powerful idealistic vision for a new kind of money. For the handful of people who took that gamble, their experiences give us a fascinating look into the human side of innovation. The choices made by these early pioneers serve as both an inspiration and a warning for the next generation of dreamers, builders, and risk takers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech and finance. See you in the next one.